Hey, it's all Legal2 viewers. This is Hovell-Cox, and I decided that I am going to go live for the first time. I have a lot that it's on my mind, and I just feel like talking. I'm probably like you, stuck in the house, and I have my good childhood friend who offered to get on here, and we're going to just chop it up for a few minutes. Derrick Muhammad, Youngstown, Ohio, born and bred. Let's see, I'm trying to get him on here. I am waiting for you. Hey!
What's up, homie? The goddess of the building. The goddess of law. That's what's up. The judge of the future.
I don't know about the whole judge thing. I don't know about that, but you know.
Oh, don't worry, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
No, I am not here to judge. I am not here to judge. No. How are you, my friend?
Hey, you know what? I'm spectacular considering all this craziness going on in the world. But I was just telling people, like, what we're experiencing is one civilization and power structure declining rapidly, and another one coming up. So for those who have been on the bottom rail, and I'm going to say black people, and it's in scripture if you believe in scripture, or even if you just believe in karma of the universe.
Right.
Karma of the universe say what come around, go around. So those who've been betrayed are getting their just due. So I'm saying this. We have to prepare ourselves because we are the footstool and the doormat of society and all civilizations. Black people, we are the most talented and brilliant, but nobody want to deal with us, and we don't even want to deal with us. But once we civilize ourselves and extract the true treasures that we have in us, because there's some brilliant people inside this madness. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know brothers who's been in jail that are mathematical geniuses and never even graduated high school, or engineers or physicians or scholars, but they just never was put in the right environment. That reminds me of that movie Trading Places. Reggie Valentine.
Right.
Remember Reggie Valentine?
Right.
What's his name?
Reggie, yeah.
Yeah. He's Reginald Valentine. Petty thief, panhandler, acting like he was crippled. Put in a Wall Street environment and learn stocks like that. And end up tricking those dudes.
Right.
The environment.
Well, and I think that's where I am. I think for me, I am just at the point of total frustration. You know, just with everything that has been going on since I guess when did the pandemic hit? February, March?
Say March.
March. You know, we had Ahmaud Arbery, we had George Floyd, we had Breonna Taylor. You know, we're still dealing with this pandemic. There's no real federal guidance. Seems like there's no state guidance, you know, at least for some of these states. I'm in Texas, right? So, you know, our numbers are shooting through the roof.
Yeah.
Governor still refuses to close it down. So it's just like, I mean, it's just like so much is going on.
Yeah.
And it's just, sometimes it's just hard to comprehend and process and try to make sense of everything that is going on.
You know, it's interesting.
Especially for people of color.
Right. You know, this is my thing. I was watching Mr. Farrakhan a couple weeks ago, and he said that this is pestilence. Yeah, it might have been invented, the coronavirus may have been invented in China or whatever, but God is also in control of this thing. And this is the only time in history where everybody has shut down. Mecca shut down, Rome shut down, United States shut down, everybody shut down, everybody speak Corona. When we had slavery, we only had it in North America, the islands, and South America, right? It didn't affect Asia. It didn't affect the islands of the Pacific. It didn't even affect South Africa, right?
Right.
So, but everybody speak coronavirus. So he got our attention. So now what? In order to get over coronavirus, you got to eat to live now. You can't even have fast food no more because it could kill you. Your immune system, you got to build up your immune system. You know, we got to keep our social distance. So ain't no more. I mean, you can party if you want to, play at your own risk.
Yeah,
right?
Party at your own risk, and we see what's going on with that.
So my point is this, like, it's a divine thing. But what I did learn in Corona, right, I got a chance to deal with myself. So I said, okay, there's some things I need to change, some things I need to improve on. I need to learn a new trade. I learned about Forex trading. I learned about stocks and bonds. I bought some stocks.
Right.
Made a little money in the stock market. I was an anti-stock market guy. I made a little coin in the stock market, right? I learned how to plant. I learned how to plant a garden landscape and plant a fruit trees, right? So it got me a chance to get quiet, and for it, it was a tool. You can use a tool either way. You can take a shovel, and dig a hole in the ground and plant a tree, or you can take a shovel, hit somebody in the head with them and kill them. Right. How you use it.
So do you think that with all of the events that are going on, as far as like I said, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and we're still dealing with Breonna Taylor, the pandemic, and this is a thing that I want to focus on also, just people's mental health through all of this.
Right.
How do you learn to quiet yourself, filter out? I mean, because you can't ignore what's going on, right?
No, you can't.
You can't ignore it.
No, you
can't. But how do you get to a point where you don't let it consume you and affect your ability to function on a daily basis and not have a breakdown? Like,
okay.
And you and I go way back.
Right. That's right.
Right. And even during this time, like, I've had to reach out to you, because there have been days when I'm like, Derrick, like, yo,
right.
I just don't know how I can handle all this. Just even right.
It's funny to say, because this is all predicted in Bible and Quran. The end of days where people gonna be going crazy. This is just the beginning. So what I'm gonna suggest for people to do in reality is whatever faith you got. If you worship rocks, okay, use that for example. You believe a rock can do some good for you. I don't care what. Right. But hold on to that thing, and you gotta be you got to know that this is bigger than you and yours right now. And how you can improve and maneuver and pray to whatever deity you pray to, whatever name you call it. But first and foremost, when I always say a prayer, I pray to the God inside me. Because every individual have the God inside them. It's that voice you hear when it says, don't go left. But you go left and then the police is down there and you got warrants. You should have listened to that voice, right?
Right.
Or don't talk to that person. That's a bad vibe. But you hang out with that person, something horrible happen.
Right.
Once you connect to that God power force, that's your third eye, that's your chakra, that's your high divine essence, then you can see things happen as before they happen, at least with me. So I can listen to a conversation and say, I see God in that, or I see some BS in that. I know, and I can't say you're gonna avoid anything, but I can say that if once you get clear, you have an understanding, you act accordingly. So pray, meditate, and ask for guidance sincerely, and trust your intuition.
That is so powerful.
Yeah, once you trust yourself,
right?
And because what we do is we put what our desire is. You shouldn't talk to that dude. He a little shady, but the red flags was up. But your desire, or maybe you think you can turn them, or whatever. You get weak, but if abstain from all appearances of evil. That's what I'm gonna say. You know, and you owe it to yourself, because right now the death angel is taking people out. I lost my father in this period of time.
Right.
They said it was COVID. To me, I thought he had pneumonia. I am not going to say he had COVID. But okay, we give them that. They get $13,000 per COVID patient, and they treat you like you got bubonic plague, and you gonna die based on that treatment. It'd be a miracle if you get out of there, right?
Right.
But okay, I lost him, but I'm going to say, you know what? He a martyr. He's a martyr in this period where God is coming to judge the wicked. And that's why people who are in power right now are losing their mind. They're losing their mind. White folks cannot handle it. They are going crazy. Black folks going crazy. Everybody going crazy. That's why we need to keep our social distancing intact, because we might run into some crazy people. You know what
I mean, you don't know. And I guess that all goes back. I'm like, how do you, I mean, I get what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much to process right now, right? And I think the number one thing that I am struggling with is, you know, we're facing, you know, racism has reared its ugly head again, right?
Well, it never left, but okay.
It never left.
Right.
But it seems to me, I mean, we're in 2020. We're dealing with, I don't know, in my lifetime, I haven't witnessed this type of racism before, right? No. And I keep saying that, you know, the generation, I mean, I was out there protesting for George Floyd, you know, Black Lives Movement, all of that, right? So, you know, it's a different, and the thing, I think the thing that's different now is that you have people from all races and religions and stuff out here, you know, fighting for a common cause.
Right.
And that's all well and good, right?
Right.
But then you hear about the ongoing gun violence in Chicago.
You're right.
Every weekend there are body counts, kids.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you address, you know, the violence and the oppression, you know, of African Americans by white people, but you don't address the black on black crime that seems to have become normalized in this country?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's three things actually, and you're right. Racism have never went nowhere, and you do have this. I already put it like this: it's good versus evil, and it don't matter what color you are. It's good versus evil.
Right.
As far as Chicago goes, they had a high murder rate prior to the pandemic.
But why do you think? What is it about Chicago?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this too. In all fairness, I just saw a video the other day, and this happened in Atlanta, where there was a white dude with a black latex face on. He had a black face, looked like a black man, but it was latex, body, hands, everything. White dude talking about it. And they were saying how comfortable it was. Why would you have to have this on? What are you doing wearing this latex face? So if you got this and you're riding Chicago in the hood and you pull out your AK and just start shooting Negroes, they're going to say it was a black guy that did this. This is a sinister plot going on, because there was a case where two white supremacists was in Richmond, Virginia, and they got caught by the black police there. And they was dressed like police. Fatigues, bulletproof vests, zip ties. What you doing with zip ties? You ready to cop? And you at a black protest. You gonna kidnap people, put them in the back of the pickup truck, and take them where and do what?
Well, I mean, I read an article today that's what they're doing in Portland. They have these unarmed cars that are just basically snatching protesters off the street, and you know,
and making them disappear. They going hunting.
I read an article
and these
about
guys
that
talking about they hanging. Black man hung himself from City Hall. First of all, black people don't hang themselves from trees. You can't tell me that. And then where's the footage of the camera that him throwing the rope over the tree? I know you got camera footage outside the courthouse. I know you got camera footage. They got camera footage outside my house right now. You know what I'm saying? We got a ring alarm. You know, You got camera footage in any place. So I know you get, so why we haven't seen that? So I can't say that it's per se, because they could change the narrative so quick because we don't control the media. This thing is high. I'm talking about high. It ain't even local white people you work with. These people are ruthless. These people print money. These people decide laws. These people will murder your whole family and make it look like it was a suicide or a gas leak. These are diabolical entities right here that have so much hatred and evil to humanity. Who would go in the laboratory and invent COVID? I heard COVID was a mix between HIV and SARS, but it went haywire right now. And it metamorphosis. And now you can't get a hold. They said, okay, we're dying when the heat comes. It's been 90 degrees. It's still going active. So they don't even know what they got.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And now they want to give you a vaccine and force a vaccine. I ain't trusting you with no vaccine. Last time you gave away something free, it was blankets to the Indians, and they had smallpox, and I ain't seen an Indian in a long time.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. So I mean, I know that you've been. I mean, this is one thing that I admire about you. You know, you're always full of just, you know, positive energy, you know, creative energy. So I know that you have been working on.
Right.
I know you've been working on a few things.
Right.
And one of those things has come to fruition.
Right.
So talk to me about your book.
You know, okay, first and foremost, I took this time, this COVID time, and I used it. I took all the negativity and I turned it into some positivity. You know, that's what I tell you. Take your pain and make it champagne. You know what I mean?
You know, that's all, you know, honestly, I mean, that's all we can do right now.
That's what you can do. That's what you can control. I can't control racial profile. I can't control racial injustice. I can't control the COVID or the wearing a mask or whatever. But what I can control is how I handle it. It's not the trial that makes you, it's how you handle the trial. So what I did was I took this time and I wrote a book. And the book is called Guerilla Film Grind, How to Make a Movie for Little or Nothing. Now, to me, I was intimidated by the book. I'm not going to be front. It wasn't like I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. And, you know, I write scripts, but I never thought I would write a book. But I did. And I wrote it based on my passion and how to take the complexity of making a movie, a feature movie, or a short film. And I took all of the complexity out of it and I simplified it and put it in a book. So it's a how-to book from A to Z, from pen to distribution, and how to make money from it. So I put it together. I actually wrote the book in 2 weeks. I spent like probably from 8 at night to like 2 in the morning writing this book. Now, the issue is I wrote the chapters down and I filled in the blanks on what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
But I got this tool, and this is for anybody out here who's interested. What's up, Planet Law? Brother, I just interviewed.
I see. We have people coming in.
Yeah. So I took this tool. I'm friends with Professor Griff from Public Enemy, who's actually in the news with Nick Cannon these days. We'll talk about that in a few.
Yeah.
So he told me, he's like, you know, he wrote 9 books. And I said, man, I'm interested in writing this book. What did you do? So he gave me a tool, and this is what you all can do out there if people are interested. It's a tool on your iPhone, and it's called a tape recorder. And what I did was I took the tape recorder and I spoke my words into the tape recorder, and then it transcribed the words. And then I emailed them to myself. And after I got done doing all of this process, I sent it out to an editor. They formatted the book. I had my friend Karen White, the Superwoman.
Yes.
Yeah, she did the graphic for my cover and everything, you know, because she just into that. She's cold at branding.
Right.
Her daughter, she took the picture of my photo on the cover, and I put it out. And
well, do you have a copy that you can?
Yeah, you know what? I would, but I'm so cold. I sold all of them.
Hey! Won't he do it?
They'll be here like Monday, but I'm so cold. I sold them all, and I put them on my website, and I've been sending them out, and it's miraculous. Like, I'm just riding high off of this operation. It's probably one of the second best thing I say I've done, because when I did my movie, which was a lifelong goal, Gale in the Storm, which
right. Now, who was in that movie?
Yeah, Gale in the Storm can be seen right now. You can watch it on YouTube for $2.99. But I'm getting ready.
But who starred in that movie?
Okay, so Karen White is a star of Gale in the Storm. She actually co-wrote it with myself.
Right.
I directed it. She executive produced it. We shot in Sacramento in 7 days, a feature film in 7 days, and we paid everybody. We had actors that you would see on TV in it. And
right.
It's a labor of love, and it's a good story. It's about a funk singer like a Shaka Khan who falls out of the record business, and she tries to get, this revolutionary producer who I play tries to talk her back to coming into business. And my character is based on Jay King from Club Nouveau.
Yeah.
So it's a real feel good movie, and the soundtrack is amazing. Soundtrack is produced by DOA, who got the #1 album right now in the country. He produced Kim, Kim, the singer.
Yeah.
He got the #1 album in the country right now. So I was so blessed to have such great talent on my first project as a director and an actor,
Right.
And, I mean, with Karen being a 2-time Grammy and NAACP Women's Award, and just a legend. And then DOA, and we had Jay King. He was actually a producer and a consultant for the movie. And we just had a wonderful cast, and we really put it in. And, I learned so much about this process, about me. I even found the way to negotiate, self-distribute the movie. And then by doing that, it allowed me to end up starting a network, which I'm not a part of no more, but I know how to start a network and run a network. And now I'm a film distributor and a film consultant and a producer right now. So we made lemonade out of
lemons out of lemonade. And I think that for a lot of us, that's what this pandemic, this shutdown has forced some of us to look within ourselves.
Yes.
Because I think, like you said, this is the first time that, and I mean, I don't know, that I have experienced in my lifetime where I have been totally forced to just not focus on everything else outside of my house. Basically.
Right.
And it's given me an opportunity to look within myself.
Right.
At a lot of things.
Right. And see, and with that, it's a blessing. If you look at it, okay, this is the only time where people are working from home. And they probably going to be working from home for a long time because the companies found out they're saving a lot of money while we've been up.
Right.
So, but while working from home, you got all this time on your hand, or a lot of people are out of work and they got to figure out. And if you got a spouse in there, you may have 999 arguments every hour. Because you can't go nowhere. So you got to learn how to deal with yourself.
You got to learn how to deal with yourself.
They got to deal with you. Oh, man, it could be treacherous. And a lot of people lost their mind, a lot of domestic violence, a lot of suicide is up. So I tell people, look, pray. A sincere prayer.
Right.
And be grateful for whatever you got. I always say, this is my slogan. I'm thankful for the cool shade of the toothpick in the hot burning sun. And when you're that grateful, man, breathing is a luxury. You understand what I'm saying? It's a luxury. So getting back to people, once set goals, if you ain't come out better after this quarantine, shame on you. I lost weight. I started doing yoga. I got a sciatic disc. I learned how to get rid of that sciatic by stretching out on YouTube University. It's so many things you should treat yourself to once you get quiet. I read so many books. I ordered some more books. I wrote some scripts. I established another business. We got some moves. I mean, I'm supposed to work on 3 movies right now, but we can't because everything's shut down. But
Yeah.
we still got some moves we're making, and the book that I wrote is taking off. By way, you can get the book at my website, DerrickMmuhammad.com. That's DerrickM, and then it's MUHAMMAD.com. Get the book.
There you go.
And if you don't want to make movies, buy it for somebody who does. Or you can just shoot a donation or something like that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like I said, my platform is to basically, of course I'm a lawyer, right?
Right.
So, it's been my vision, right? Not only to practice the law, but talk about the law, to inform my community about legal issues that affect them. And right now, it just seems like we have had back-to-back legal issues that have affected the African-American community.
Exactly.
And it's sad that it took back-to-back killings of innocent African-American, males and a female, to get to this point.
You're right about that. And I'm going to say this. The Justice Department has not been kind to us at all as a community. And they think that by just letting us take down some Confederate soldiers or Confederate flag.
Well, by voluntary means or by not voluntary means.
Yeah, and my whole point is this. Let's do right. If you wrong somebody for a long time, pay them off.
Expect, right? I mean, like I said, and I tell people all of this. This ain't the 60s, right? No. There's a new movement going on right now.
Yeah, and these people ain't playing. And it's white people out here, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's why I said it's good versus evil.
Right.
Because that evil way of doing things and tricking people and infiltrating. I seen a lot of, when they was protesting, a lot of guys come down there, mysterious bricks showed up. What, huh? They just wanted a peaceful protest. Who brought the bricks? Who ordered the bricks up? But it was said to have been the anarchist group, that now is a domestic terrorist group funded by Soros, who funds Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, Antifa.
And Black Lives Matter, I mean, I'm just going to be straight up real with it. I went to the website, and they don't support the Black nuclear family or Black masculinity at all. So I don't know what that is, but you got a beautiful name. But my whole point of saying all that, cool, all right. You want to support us, but now you hijacking it. And no, we've been suffering. Black folks been suffering. Make us right. Make it right with us. Because they dogged us out.
Right.
50 years ago, we couldn't even go to the toilet with white folks. So don't act like it's all brand new.
Well, and I think that's the point. I think it's come to a point where we're just tired. I mean, the killings, and this is what and we're going to wrap it up soon, but it kind of all takes me back. Like, my best friend at 14 years old was basically gunned down. You remember Vicky Vaughn?
Oh, yeah.
Best friend was gunned down, walking down the street after a Halloween party. And she just happened to be the first Black person that this guy saw and shot her.
Oh, my God.
Just for no reason.
Did he go to jail?
That he did go to jail, but that was my first experience of any type of racially motivated killing at 14 years old.
Wow. Yeah,
that was back in the early 19. I'm not trying to say my age, but I'm just saying, it's just like, this has gone on for too long.
Oh,
it's gone on for too long, and for this type of thing to still be going on in 2020. Something's got to change. Something's got to give, and it's enough talking. Because talking has been going on for decades now.
Right.
It's time for actual change. It's time for actual action to take place.
Yeah.
Action,
Action.
Enough talk.
I mean, we need a. I'm gonna tell you this. That's why I said unity. If we had the right unity, put aside all our petty differences. I don't care if you're a Muslim, a Christian, you don't believe in God, if you're Alpha or Omega, don't matter, Republican or Democrat. Because when the police pull you over, they ain't ask you if you affiliated with any group.
Right.
They just know that you got a certain skin color that they are opposed to, right? So let's put aside all that.
Right.
If we had an economic boycott and put our money in a kitty, and say even a credit union, it don't take $5 to start a credit union.
Credit union. You can open up an account for $5 at a credit union.
But what if you owned the credit union and you were able to give loans and start businesses and help finance and get a dividend, and all the members of the credit union, say 40 million members of the credit union, and we got businesses and money and commerce going on, and after every quarter we get a revenue based on the interest going back, and we can refund and take and build and get some land and work together. See, our biggest problem is we've never been united. So this whole case, like I was online earlier about the Nick Cannon thing. Nick Cannon said something that the Jewish community didn't like. Now, they didn't say he lied. They just didn't like it. And they called him on the carpet for it. So Nick got called on the carpet, right? And then he said, I want my just due. And after careful deliberation, he backpedaled, he apologized, and now he's out. So our people are mad with Nick because they're saying he sold out. My position is this: that heat is hot from that group. The Jewish group in Hollywood and the people he going up against are united. And they got money and power. And they can ruin your life because they built the Hollywood system on ruining lives. They got 100 years of experience of ruining lives, right? So, okay, he jumped out. He said what he said. All right, brother, you ain't ready for that. And I tell people all the time, do not poke bears unless you're a bear killer. If you ain't a bear killer, leave them bears alone. Let the professionals deal with bears, okay?
Right.
So with Nick, okay, he made a mistake, but I'm not going to be too hard on him. He didn't lie. He may have, he offended them people, but he didn't lie. They didn't say he lied. They didn't like what he said, but he didn't lie, right? But he backpedaled. Now he apologizing because he's responsible for all these shows, and they got canceled. And now he's going to have to keep on apologizing. Now the people are mad. But I'm not going to be mad at Nick. I'm going to say, Nick, you know what? You've been fighting outside your weight class, Nick. I understand that. Them are heavyweights and you're a lightweight, Nick. Okay, let's get your muscles built up, Nick. And so maybe next time you'll know how to deal wisely with the information you got. But we cannot throw our people away. That's my point. Just like on the plantation, when they took a slave and they lashed him, and the slaves watched. Like with George Floyd, all the people, all they had to do was gang up and beat the police.
Well, now, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, but that would have saved George's life.
Well, yeah, but would they have been even given the opportunity to do that, or they would have, would they have been shot down before they could even do that?
But I'm saying, if there's 50 people, you're going to stand around and watch somebody just die like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a different.
No, I mean, I get, and I respect your position.
And what I'm saying is this: when it's wrong, and they were wrong, you can't condone wrong.
Right.
I can't allow to see somebody hurt you. And it's a good day you're gonna die anyway. Hey, just, hey, whatever. But this is me talking, right? Everybody ain't built like that. And that's what I'm saying about Nick. He ain't built like that. He meant well, but he obviously ain't built like that. So I gotta look, Nick, it's all right, man. We gonna protect you. I understand, you fought outside your weight class. Let's gear up and you get a pass. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus because that's what they want you to do. That's how they isolate you and then they kill you. They do that. It's a gang, man. We gotta be gang up in here. We all we got. Because ain't nobody coming to save you. Nobody.
Right.
I'm sorry, I said Youngstown Southside in me.
That's all right. That's how we do in the Yo, right?
That's right. That's how we do it. Right. That's right.
Well,
but
Derrick,
I want to say this. I'm proud of you because you told me you was going to start a podcast. I'm proud of you because you told me, look, Derrick, things ain't going right now, but we figuring it out. And you just said, you know what? I'm doing it. And I'm so honored to be on your show. anytime you need me to come through, if you need any guests that I can help you get, let me know in my power. I got you, because I'm rooting for you, Goddess. I think you are amazing. You come from a real, true pedigree of beautiful Black people. You told me about your great-grandfather helping out Pancho Villa down in Texas, right? He was a doctor. You're like 3 generations of doctors. And you're a lawyer.
Yeah. And in fact, I'm working on a book.
It's beautiful.
I'm working on a book, and hopefully that's going to be finished the next 30 days or so. Yeah. I mean, God is good.
I applaud you. Yes. And you know, I always tell people, begin with the end in mind. You know, set your goal, and ain't nothing but distance between it. And it's one step at a time. One step at a time. When you get there, man, that thing is awesome. It feels so great. I don't want to be vulgar, but it's like, it can be better than sex when you achieve a goal that you've been planning on. You know what I mean? Because sex come and go. That lasts forever how long you go with it. But that
that's what I'm saying. You know, but for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to do, or you know, even had the mental capacity, the thought process, or the creativity to sit down and actually start putting some of these, you know, these things into play. Because again, you know, everybody's always busy. The outside world, you know, consumes us.
Right. And you found the time, you took advantage of the time you had. That's beautiful. And you should document this. I hope you journal on this. So for the next person coming behind you.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about, you know, reaching back, or, you know, the experiences that you've gone through in life to be able to help somebody else that is going through the same thing that you've gone through. So
man,
at the end of the day, I just want to leave this planet knowing that I've made a difference, and I've made a difference in somebody's life.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude. They call me the alchemist, because the alchemist is a person who has the ability to turn lead to gold. And I always find a way to see things on a better note, like the silver lining in a thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm never going to like, okay, you know, so you broke your foot, at least you got a foot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you can't. But
yours is selling out, so I think that you are just fine.
That's right. That's right. We got to keep on fighting, fight, and die. Keep on fighting until you dead. Die fighting. That's right.
Absolutely. Well, Derrick Muhammad, my brother, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, like on a whim, I'm like, you know, it's been on my spirit. I'm like, okay, I started my new, you know, channel. It's all legal. And I'm like, tonight I just felt the need to get on here and just talk.
Yes,
you are my first guest.
I'm honored. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. I had just did an interview yesterday, and I was helping out an interview earlier with Karen, and I was gonna go IG live myself, but like, hey, I might as well bring my words to your platform, and it all worked out.
It all worked out, because like I said, hey, my brother, what are you doing?
Yeah, just the timing is everything. I mean, I was just about to go live, and you hit me up. I was like, what up? You want to go live? I was about to go live. Yeah, I'm coming through. Coming through.
Well, you are welcome to come through anytime, you know.
Absolutely. Just let me know when.
This is the first of many, because like I said, I have lots on my mind and lots to say. So I just, you know,
and
want to be able to interact with my audience.
Shout out to you for being a single parent, you know, raising wonderful, beautiful kids the way you do. And handling your business as a business owner and a lawyer. Man, I salute you. You are amazing. Just know that. You are amazing.com, okay?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
All love, okay?
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.